Hey everyone, I'm back, and I'm back to talk specifically about my ladies who work the night shift. I get a question from Last Dragon 30 pounds, and she wanted me to give her some tips about working the night shift and trying to keep to your diet. And my advice to you and everyone else who works the night shift is to bring food with you. A lot of times, if you work morning or nights, there's just food around, whether it's in the break room, whether you work with food. It's just all over the place. Temptation is everywhere. But if you have an alternative choice, then you'll be able to fight that temptation. So me, what I did was there's actually a deli that is right next to my job. So I would eat my meal at about 2 o'clock. I would have my shake around 11. So I honestly kind of pushed all my meals towards the end of the day to make sure I had enough energy. So I didn't have my shake so early in the morning. I had the smoothie at about 11. I ate my first meal at about 2 or 3 o'clock, around that time. And then when I got to work, I happened to have a really cool boss. So if we're slow, if we're not doing anything, and I happen to be munching on something, it's not a problem. So that's something also you're going to have to take into consideration. Think about when your break is and kind of plan it to where you're not going this long period of time without eating anything. And that way you won't be hungry enough to grab something that's really easy for you to pop in your mouth that's not allowed on the diet. So once I got to work, I went to the deli and they make these great salads. So I would grab a salad. Sometimes I would make my food and bring it with me. So I would eat my food around my shift starts at 5. I would probably start eating around 6 o'clock. It gets pretty busy like around 8 or 9 or so. So depending on what night it is. So I would just kind of balance it around the night. And when I knew that it was going to be convenient for me to eat. So after I had my meal, you're feeling good for at least 3 hours. So if I ate around 6, I would start to get hungry again, maybe around 9 or 10. Not like dying for hunger, but maybe wanting a snack. And I would have my carrots. I would have whatever it is I brought with me. Most of the time, just carrots. That's like one of my favorite vegetables. And that's it. I also like celery, so I kept that on deck. And you just gotta make sure your options are open. And if you're the type of person that likes to have variety, make sure you bring more than one snack. And keep snacking. That's another thing. Like, keep snacking on things. Like, if you're not doing anything, grab a carrot and pop it in your mouth and just eat it. And that way you're constantly fueling yourself through the night, and you're not thinking about, well, you're going to be thinking about all the things that you want to eat. But it's going to help you not think about all of the candy bars and chips and all the other stuff that you want to be eating during the night. Because it's so easy to just eat a bag of chips and things like that. So those are the tips that really worked for me when I work at night. I really feel for those of you who work through the night. My mom is a nurse and she works 7 to 7. 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. And that's a rough shift because you're up and sometimes it's slow. You're not doing anything. And what better to do than pop open something to eat and just start snacking on it. So I encourage you guys to stay strong and think pink and just keep hope alive. And just really push through it. It does take a couple days to get used to things and really get the hang of how things are going, and for your body to get used to what you're doing to it, because it's used to you giving it all these great foods. Well, not really great foods, but tasty foods, and you're not doing it anymore. So it is going to take a little bit of time. But just give yourself, don't be too hard on yourself. It's going to take a little time, but you're going to get it. If you cheat, Don't kill yourself over it. The next day, don't do it again. Work even harder to be more successful. Get the necessary tools that you need in order to be successful. I hope this helped. And I just hope that you guys do well. And if you have any more questions, I'll be happy to respond and give you the best answer that I have. All right. Have a great day, everybody.